Hello, Gemini, and welcome to your June mid-month reading, because we're in the mid-month now. Thank you for waiting. I was on vacation. I am back now. I had a wonderful time. We're looking in the sun, moon, and rising signs of the Gemini collective. This is a general reading and will not resonate with every single person. If it doesn't resonate with you, then you can look at your other signs in your astrology chart. You can reverse the energies and sign the rules as you please, because energies can be reversed. You can also get a personal reading from me, which is in the description box down below. And this is a general reading, and so there will be some messages in here for you, depending on where your timeline is too. If you're brought to this channel in this reading, then there's something in it for you. There is no time in the universe. We're all on different timelines. Some of us are on multiple timelines and having a lot of things that are different. So just take whatever messages resonate with you, and whatever doesn't, then just leave them behind. At the end of this video, there'll be some suggested videos. If you like this video or entertain in some way, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All right, guys, let's get right into this. All right, so we'll do 7 cards, and then we'll pull some themes and see what's going on as well. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Here's your overall energy. Let's get right to it. Okay, so let me do this theme real quick. And we are no longer in the Mercury retrograde. Well, we're probably in the shadow, I think, until the 18th of June. But it's like as we get closer to the middle of June, we're getting out of it more and more, and so we shouldn't really be having those big energies anymore. But anyway, it is your birthday month, Gemini, so make sure that you are doing your 10 wishes that you write out and things that you want in your life right now. And that would be pretty awesome as well. Okay. And I just found out that my son is a Gemini. When I did his astrological chart, in some charts it says that he is a Taurus, and some it says he's a Gemini. But my sister is a Gemini now too, so I have all these Geminis in my life. That's pretty interesting. I just attract Geminis. So we're working on the things that make us not have the best self-esteem, not have the best self-worth. We're taking a look at all of those right now. Being honest with ourselves, about a death, and that could be a transformation, or it can actually be a death. So it could be being honest about the way we want to transform, the way that we see a death. It could be the way that we want to transform our life and what we want in our life, but it is about some sort of transformation. And in particularly, if it was just transformation, they would have given me that card. But in particularly, it surrounds a death. It surrounds something that is no longer a part of your life. It could be a person. It could be an energy. It could be a way of being. Any of those things. It's something that has died out or has actually passed. Okay. And so let's look at. There are some decisions to be made in this month of June, which is great because it's your birthday month. So if there's being decisions that are being made, and it's about your stability, and then also what do you want to manifest, well, that's the perfect reason of why you would want to do your 10 wishes. You don't just get one wish on your birthday. You get 10 wishes. For the whole month, you can take your whole month to decide. And you write those down on a piece of paper. If you're a private person and you don't want anybody to have it, but just God, you could do dissolvable paper, or you could burn that paper. But please don't forget to do your 10 wishes. I like to keep my 10 wishes. I don't have anybody in my life that I'm hiding anything from. I don't need to, because my mom's no longer in my life. So I don't have to hide my wishes and dreams from anybody. But I like to keep mine, and I like to go back and look at those and see what has manifested throughout the year or years. So I like to go back and find them again on accident and be like, oh my gosh, all this. You'd be surprised how many things actually do come true. And it may not come true in the way that you think that it would, that you're asking for. But it comes through in the way that you need it, in the way that it's best for you. And so sometimes I look at it and go, if I had gotten it this way, like for instance, we were going to move in a house that I wanted. And we almost moved into that house, but we didn't. We never made an offer on the house, and I'm really glad that I didn't, because that ended up being a girl that bullies my daughter, like is right next, she lives right next, she's right next door neighbors to that person. Would that have been a great house for me? Yes, we would have loved that house. But we would have hated our neighbors, you know, because they would have, she was so jealous of my daughter. She just can't stand not being nice to her. Like, she can't be nice to her. And so I just look at God and I go, oh, thank you so much for having me not move into that house, and that we picked this one over here in the same neighborhood but in a different different street. Good, because we're not next to those people, right? Okay, so let's talk about, so what I'm saying is your manifestations will manifest in the best way for you. So the energy that you're in right now is there's some self-healing going on. There's some realignments going on. There's some imbalances that you may be looking at. That might be why you're trying to figure out what makes you stable. You may be trying to figure out your manifestations at the time and making decisions, because you're feeling imbalanced on purpose so that you will make decisions. So that imbalance is actually to help motivate you to move forward. And here you go. You can go in the description box down below and get you some Motivate oil. How about that? You're like, hey, I don't want any discourse for me to make manifestations. I would rather use Motivate oil. I'll motivate myself to make manifestations. You know, because nobody wants discourse of any sort, especially in your birthday month. Like, what kind of crap is that? Okay, let's move on. The energy that's coming towards you is a very adult-like energy. It is the opposite of the inner child, which means that we're looking at the adult perspective at this point. Normally, a lot of times we'll look at the inner child and say, what, you know, where do you want to go from here? What do you want to do? But because we're working on stability, we're actually going to be in the adult perspective at this point. It's about an energy of feeling like you want to move forward in something, or you want independence. And some of you guys might even want to be moving, like really fully moving. Like, I want to leave the home that I'm at, leaving the home. The hidden energy that you can't see. There is a hidden energy going on right now, and that is the Ten of Swords, which is upside down. So there's been lots of recovery, regeneration, some people resisting an inevitable ending. So knowing that maybe you're stuck in a relationship right now that was meant to end a long time ago, and you're still in it, trying to make it work, but there's an inevitable ending that's going to be coming eventually, you know, and I don't know how that's going to look for you, depending if you're even in a relationship. And that doesn't have to necessarily be in that way. But some of you guys, it's definitely like some sort of recovery of some old, and we're talking about transformation of some sort of ending in your life as well. So there it is again. We have ending, and all endings bring are new beginnings. So I'm going to dive into this hidden energy really quickly to make sure that we're understanding it fully about what is going on in the energy. Okay, let me use these cards. I'm really hungry, so this is the last reading I'm going to do today. Yeah, I'm really hungry. So I just read for someone, and then I did 2 other readings, and now I'm hungry. Okay, Gemini, good God. That's all I got to say. So you're recovering from, or you need to recover from and regenerate this ending of the Ten of Pentacles upside down, which is somebody shattered your dreams. They either broke up a family, or broke up your idea of family, or broke up your future of family, or something like that. And there was some disputes. You saw the dark side of this person, and was connected around wealth and their financial failures even, or even like just their loss of money, or they're not really good with money that you thought they were. They lied about something, or somebody lied about something. Not being very truthful. They misused their power of you, and it was all based around these illusions that they created. It made you believe about them, And some of you guys have known these illusions for a while. You just have not been listening to your intuition. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. Okay, let's move on. The obstacle in the way is that this energy was moving really slowly for you. It made you feel really stuck. And that is the obstacle. It's just a lot of delays. It could be like maybe you wanted to work on it, and so you were the one stalling it out because no, this will work. Or maybe they asked you to work on it, and maybe they begged you to work on it, and you're like, okay, and that kind of stalled out the energy of anything moving forward, anything prosperity that was happening with this. The strength is that it threw you into a tower. That's always great because after a tower is always a new beginning. So that is actually the strength of this, is that you got to see how ugly it really was. You got to feel how ugly it really was. And that tower moment made a personal transformation for you. And maybe things that you were fearful of changing, or it created a lot of chaos and upheaval, and then you got a lot of revelations and awakenings out of this. So that's actually very good. The advice is some sort of reunion for some of you, not all of you, but some of you guys. There's some sort of reunion that makes you happy, something that makes you happy, something that brings you celebration, some sort of connection, friendship, collaboration. Something like that is where they want you to move towards. Stop thinking about this other person or being involved in this other person who has very not great intentions for you, or not very great anything, right? Stop moving towards that and move towards the thing that makes you happy. Move towards the people that make you happy. Move towards the friendships. Bring more friendships into your life, and start to become you again. By seeing yourself through the eyes of other people is very helpful as well. People who love you. I feel like this person has really crushed your self-worth because of all the problems that you had in the relationship, all the lies, all of those things. And because of that, you need to move towards people who help you see your worth and help you see how and a lot of people are getting this. This is like not just you, Gemini. This is like very common in the energy that all of us have, is like telling people to please go towards your friends, the people who saw your worth and saw you for who you are. What's going to happen is, in the end, you're going to see how cold this person really is, and how moody they've been, and how they've emotionally manipulated you. I know that that's not a good revelation or realization to have, but there's a lot of strength that comes out of that. There's a lot of growth that comes out of being able to see the truth, being able to see through their lies. Okay? And like sometimes this can be a very slow process. So for those of you guys who are in a long-term relationship and this has been coming up over and over and over and over for you, don't get discouraged. It's all part of the process. And this same thing is coming up from the last two readings, and also the reading I did earlier for the person who had a personal reading with me, is that this change happens so slowly that you feel like you're not changing. And it makes you feel like what you're doing isn't even worth it. And that's not true. It's like a big old elephant they show me, and how do you eat an elephant is one bite at a time. And a lot of us are going through these slow changes that feels like molasses. But when we look back 5 years from now or a year from now, we're going to realize that we were changing over time, and they were bigger changes than we realized that they were. It's just that the energy was so thick, and there was so much toxicity and so much that we were getting through that we didn't realize it. It's like swimming in molasses. Like, you're swimming, just not very fast, but you're making a change, and it's going. It's like swimming for 10 miles. You're gonna have to stop and rest every now and then. You're not gonna be able to do it all in one sweep. It's a long ways, right? They'll get tired. You're gonna have to doggy paddle for a little bit or float for a little bit, because you can't just go full force like you want to get to the other side. But eventually you'll get there, and then you'll look back and say, I'm the shit. I did that. I did that. I got through that. Okay. In your mind, you really, and everybody's getting this card. It's so awesome. Everybody is. In your mind, you really don't care that they left you out in the cold anymore. You actually see that that was a benefit for you. You actually understand that their rejection of you was a blessing in disguise. And them alienating you or isolating you or whatever they did was for your benefit. And so you're actually feeling very good about it. It's just that there's a lot to process. In your intuition, you're very well connected. You do see the light. You do feel like you're connected to God. You see that Star of David, right? You have hope. You have faith. You feel renewed. You're connected again. And that is awesome, because that connection is what saved you your whole life and will continue to save you as you move through this other part of the experience. How you're feeling is you're burnt out, you're stressed, you're unwilling to do this anymore. I get that. You're done. I get it. It sucks, but please understand what I'm saying, that this is all part of it. Just keep moving forward, keep marching on forward, and it'll all make sense very soon. Right now, it doesn't make any sense. I get that. I do want to pull some cards on this person and this relationship, this person who did this to you. I want to pull some cards on that. And it's interesting because they're not having me pull any other cards just yet, like for what's coming towards you. They really want you to deal with this. This has to be dealt with. It's holding you back from everything else that you want to do, from your love of yourself, from your friendships, from your new love that's coming in. You have to swim in this energy and be done with it. You can't just ignore it anymore. There is no trust in this relationship. You don't trust them, and they don't trust you. They know they've been careless with you. They've wanted to tell you all the lies that they've told you, but they're not any different than they're not changing. This person isn't changing. They want you to be just as toxic as they are. They want you to be in this energy with them. And they want you to believe you imagined everything, because they can't keep abusing you if you remember. That's not true. I didn't really do that. So they want to control how you think and feel about them. That's crazy. They want to talk to you because they want to tell you their cover stories. They want to lie to you. They want communication with you because they want to control how you see them. They want to control how you see life. So that is really, really interesting and crazy. I do want to get some advice cards, because these readings that I've done, Taurus, oh God, good God. That's all I got to say is the Taurus energy, and my mom is a Taurus. So I'm like, oh, Lord, good God. Because when you listen to a reading, sometimes that reading is reversed and it's actually your reading. So if I were to say I had a Gemini in my life, and I would go and I want to know about that Gemini, and I'd go listen to the reading, sometimes that reading is actually for me. Sometimes you can look into the other person and see what they're saying about the other person, but sometimes what resonates is what resonates that I need to hear about me, even though it's a Gemini reading. So I do have Gemini in my chart, but it's not one of my major themes. It's like I think it's like my Jupiter or something. But anyway, so just kind of keep that in mind. It's like, I was reading from my mom, and I was like, oh no, I just need to be done with this. And I'm just like you, like I just want to be done with this. So release your blocks, Gemini. Make time for your self-love, because no one's going to do it. Just you. You need to do it. This person doesn't love you like you want them to. They don't. I'm sorry. Reveal what needs to be seen. You've lived a lie of so many, lived a life of so many lies and illusions. You have to reveal it for yourself. Use the full moon energy to reveal all of this. I didn't do a Sagittarius full moon energy reading, but you can look them up on YouTube and find out what that is all about, and see how you can use that energy to your advantage to reveal all the lies. Because as long as this person lives in lies, they're winning. Don't let them live in their lie. And breathe through all that tension. Breathe through all the stress. Just breathe through it. You're going to get through it. This is crazy because I was hoping that like after the retrograde, the energy would be so different. But I really feel like we're all have to move through this energy as well. Like I'm going through it. You know, what happened to me. Even though my trip was awesome there was 13 minutes of that where I confronted an issue that I really, didn't need to, but I chose to, and I lived 13 minutes of hell. And so that was my choice, right? It was my choice to do it. And I wanted to do it in person is why. And I'm going to tell you, I really wanted to do it. I really wanted that person to know that they're not that related to me. I'm just kidding. Anyway, so there was a piece of me that really did. Anyway, Gemini, thank you so much for coming to this reading. On the screen is suggested videos, and I can't wait to see you again. And good luck on this journey. Bye.